I'm just going to dive in and do a late night reading. The moon opposing Jupiter has finally completed. We do have the moon square Chiron building as I'm filming this, but let us begin. I don't know if we'll do a collective. I guess we'll do a collective. I haven't done a collective in a while. Just this. Okay, collective messages. We'll use the classic tarot for this late night. Okay, there could be something that needs to be changed, maybe something that you're still stuck in your head about. I guess that would make sense if you're up this late or wherever you are. Tell me more, just experiencing that this aspect right now. Something that you're needing to see clearly about the past. Something regarding like a lack of emotional something or other. Her tiger. There could be some healing that needs to happen or occur after some kind of tower moment or shakeup. This could have been to do with a masculine in your life, or maybe Mars could be relevant. We do have a full moon in Aries building, I believe on October 6th. So it's kind of like a culmination of revelation. Aries rules the self. It also rules anger, energy, and what we're working towards. There could be somebody you're separated from. This could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. There could have been a lack of stability or commitment here. There could have been some issue with debt. This could have been something karmic as well. Some kind of remembering. Alrighty, collective. Messages for the collective. Spouse. This could do with a relationship. Tell me more. Or your partners in general with this kind of graveyard cross in the past. I'm thinking that's something completed here. Tell me more. Or sacrifice. Or somebody was trying to sacrifice you, or there's something about sacrifice here. This could be from past lifetimes. Yeah. You could have had different spirituality or religion or beliefs than this person values, because I'm seeing like those pyramids, but not in Egypt, the ones that are like in South America. And I think they used to do human sacrifices there. So maybe this is something you need to sacrifice also. Yeah, to move away from fears. Interesting. Towards new beginnings, new starts, moving away from being persecuted. Interesting. Alrighty. Alright, collective. Chamunda. Interesting. Very fierce. Hashtag fierce. Sorry. Not sorry. Her unerring instinct for spiritual protection arises spontaneously, even when we don't realize we need it. Sometimes we don't realize how far we've become entangled in that which is not good for us. We don't realize we need Callie's powerful intervention. Knowing what to allow and fight for or against requires wisdom. Holding the space for an inner-outer conflict to be resolved involves discipline. Chamunda is the fear. So maybe, Chamunda is the fearlessness, wisdom, patience, and discipline needed to conquer a difficult situation. Fearlessness, patience, and discipline, and wisdom. Wild black Chamunda is a ferocious warrior goddess. That's interesting because I love the color black. I love deities associated with the color black. It's kind of Saturnian. She takes her name from Chanda and Munda, two great demons whom she defeated. Thus, her name is a symbol of gaining power. It's like the void, right? Her presence indicates that you shall not only overcome an obstacle, but gain every complete mastery over the energies, right? That gave rise to a very Capricornian energy. You shall never be troubled by it again. So it's like vanquishing it. Swathed in blood red light, representing her life force and power, Chamunda has multiple arms, which indicates her divine activity. The skull and the crescent moon resting atop a funeral pyre form her crown. So you could have like nakshatras ruled by like the funeral pyre. I know I do. I know that's right. I'm just kidding. Sorry. Symbolizing her status as a goddess of death and karmic retribution. Yet she's protective. Her deeply socketed eyes are so intense they are said to burn away the evil in all worlds and dimensions. She provides protection from destructiveness, including gossip and other kinds of black magic, which, not unlike gossiping, uses intention, words, and action to work against another's well-being. Interesting. This could be a Taurus, or something that affected your well-being or value, money. Chamunda is referred to as queen by her soul tribe, a group of ancient mother goddesses known as the Matrika. She is not only one worshipped independently and the only one not connected to a masculine consort, so she's kind of like a widow, so you could be working with like Dumabadi, Kali. She is an independent, fierce, and unique emanation of the wild feminine power of Devi. And also there is something here about like that celibacy principle, right? Like when you don't allow any masculine energy other than the divine. The great divine goddess, she is the expression of Kali, referred to interchangeably with Kali Ma in the Puranas, ancient Hindu texts that date back more than 2,000 years. The Matrikas express a consciousness that is potentially protective and destructive, depending on your actions. These beings are particularly upset by negative expressions of masculine energy. So that would be like conquering, or Mars energy, like we said, Aries energy. So there could be like an ending, which full moons generally associate, but they are a bit of a chaotic energy, right? They're expressed, and there's always a building, right? When we building, you can feel it. We've just passed our first, I'm not sure if it's our first square, but I know we just passed a square. So the moon is still building to that full moon, right? And usually, up to 5 days is when I feel it. Like, you definitely feel the building. It's kind of like holding your breath. It's like, and then the full moon happens, and it's like, let go. It's like that waiting period before we take the next in breath at the new moon, or we're building, and then, yeah. Whether expressed by a male or female human, the masculine energy can be healthy or toxic. When it's healthy, it's strong, creative, protective, and generative. When toxic, it's exploitive, dominating, and damaging, seeking progress at all cost. This is profoundly destructive, and rather than positive, destructive power of Kali Ma, if unchecked, demonic destructiveness of greed. The Matrikas are fierce, and I'm seeing like a baby's like suckling on a teat, but like really like sucking everything dry. So I don't know why I got that in my head. The Matrikas are fierce, and Chamunda in particular retaliates against toxic masculinity, causing havoc in the lives of those who live by such values. Chamunda is worshipped as the ruler of the sacred erection. This is her symbolic power over masculine energy. When the feminine has been desecrated in any way, she not only does not hesitate to retaliate with fierce compassion, which from the human perspective might seem like chaos, yet the phallus is also a symbol of her honoring the potential power and creativity of a healthy masculine energy, facilitating its safe development in the human psyche. Despite her inherent drama intensity, Chamunda is beloved by the heroic heart. She assists us when we have to find strength to overcome our psychological limitations and inertia, to access, integrate, and sustain higher frequency states of being, bringing about a permanent structural change of the psyche's hard work. It requires commitment. However, bullying ourselves into being different or applying more and more willpower only tends to create resistance, adverse reactions, or exhaustion. It is more a case of applying wisdom, finding the balance between persistence, determination, and compassionate rest and release. So maybe this is about making sure you're not applying too much pressure or something, so we can integrate and rebuild from within. For some personality types, taking a rest can require just as much discipline as engaging in activity. Learning to move between the two as appropriate takes strength and wisdom. Mastering the balance to nudge ourselves forward on our path and facilitate change, but not too much that we feel defeated even before we gain traction, is advanced inner work. So maybe you're looking at like the end goal. Chamunda is the power to accomplish it. Her presence in a reading is a portent of a truly exceptional breakthrough on your path. I'm seeing Christmas. The healing of a masculine energy and the protection of the sacred feminine within your heart. Okay. Yeah, this could be like family patterns as well. There is a level of duality. It's giving Gemini energy just because Krishna, I don't know how you say this, Krishna, it kind of like looks like AU, so I'm not sure. But, it's interesting, there's flames. So yeah, definitely something like fire or some kind of purification could be happening as well. I don't know, I love this card. She's so beautiful. All the darkness and the red. Gorgeous. Yeah, 41. I think the more authentic that somebody is, like, the more they can, like, appreciate the shadow and appreciate themselves, is what I think. Like, they're not really scared of anything. It's the people that can't face themselves that are scared of things. I don't know. Krishna is a spiritual intelligence within your soul. It is a genius of becoming, of ripening, from the potential into glorious manifestation. Intimate communion with your own heart reveals what it is you truly yearn for and sets the process in motion. Your heart or your soul, right? That purification, the sun. For that yearning to be satisfied. The holy fire is Kali, and she is within your soul. Follow the yearning, seek the light. Let yourself burn bright for what inspires you, and you shall see the path to fruition clearly before you believe in what is meant to be. As the sun, Agni represents the light that ends the darkness, yet Kali, the divine mother of dark race, is the first tongues of the divine fire. Actually, they say Ketu, which is, or the south node, the void, is actually hotter than the sun. So that's really interesting. This is the key to Kali's mysteries. It differentiates her from the concept of darkness as an evil or obstructive force against spiritual awakening. Kali leads us into darkness to free us, not to impede her progress. So this could be like when you finally see a pattern that might have been in your subconscious manifested externally, so you can finally face it. She destroys in order to create. It's not to annihilate. In that sense, and you can't create without destroying something, right? You have to destroy a blank canvas to create something on it, right? You have to have death to have rebirth. In that sense, her divine darkness is light. This is the mystery of Kali and why we can trust her so implicitly, understanding sometimes it is only in moving through darker times that we become aware of what is needed to live with more light. Interesting. As a tongue of fire, Kali Krishna consumes all offerings. She has the divine capacity to receive our prayers, pains, craziness, and graceful heroism. She receives it all. Not only receives it, but as fire, she transforms it so it can nourish, heal, revitalize, and purify the soul. This is the divine feminine alchemy. Kali is kind of like cycles, right? Feminines are very tied to cycles, especially with the biology. Kali is a divine alchemist, and because she is a tantric goddess, if we offer her even our most broken and messed up selves with a sense of reverence and humility, she accepts it and manifests grace from it. It's kind of like after you're, there's that building, and then obviously the sacrifice of blood. Anyways, However, you must be prepared to enter into sacred fire to make the appropriate offering. When we choose to make the supreme offering of ourselves to Kali, we are fully received and thus activate the flow of grace in our lives and for the spiritual benefit of all. So, shift away from focusing on what isn't working to immersion with the Divine Mother's heart. All can be resolved and shall manifest in according to her loving grace. The name Krishna translates as "you are fire." Agni is a two-headed deity of fire and a potent symbol of supernatural power. On the physical level, fire generates light and heat to cook food, thereby representing both transformation and nourishment of the life force. The inner digestive fires that metabolize food and allow us to gain nutrients represent the inner nourishment of fire and symbolize the soul's need to digest life experiences for spiritual growth. Fire creates purification for regeneration, such is seen in a forest after it simultaneously burns away old growth and stimulates new seeds. In that sense, it's also the power of ripening, of bringing something from an idea or potential into fruition, and the fulfillment of innate purpose. Also her power. On a spiritual level, fire attracts the soul, helping it find its way through darkness towards the warmth and light. The life-enhancing and alchemical properties of fire transform physical materials as well as the subtle body of the soul. The appearance of Krishna in a reading indicates the tremendous potential for personal transformation and spiritual growth. You may feel like you're struggling, but your soul is actually gaining strength. What you desire may seem so far beyond your current reach, yet the oracle indicates your inner potential for tremendous accomplishment. It's kind of like when you're put under the pressure, like in my life especially, but I'm sure other people can relate. It's like I tend to like leap in huge bounds. Actually, I think it's because I have this interesting aspect with Jupiter in my chart in Chiron, and it's interesting how it works. It's like I have to like kind of be pushed to that level, and then I can do huge leaps and bounds. But anyways, let's continue. I'm gonna get some tea leaf for this late night Sag. Okay, I guess it's Sag. Collective reading. Sorry, messages for the collective. But if you're on my channel, it's likely Sag. So, oh yeah, you're like overcoming something that threw you off. I don't think this is going to be an impacting you anymore. This could be somebody who's working behind your back, or just people like this in general. I'm almost seeing you like set traps or like get rid of like a pest. It's giving like pest control. Tell me more for the collective. That's interesting. These could be Geminis because I just learned. Well, I don't know if I just learned this, but Jeffrey Dahmer being a Gemini makes so much sense to me. And of course, he has like his ascendant. I learned opposes his moon, and so that makes a lot of sense as well. Because moon can represent the feminine or emotions, and ascendant can mean our sense of self or our body. So there's definitely some kind of issues he had with his body, and maybe it stemmed from childhood, maybe it stemmed from his mother, maybe he was always destined to kind of, I don't know. These are big, huge questions, right? So. This could have been a feminine spirit or energy in the past that you were dealing with. This person could have been a hater. You could have dealt with a lot of feminines that were haters around you. This could be like people that wanted to sacrifice you. They're very cruel. I think you're seeing it through this. Yeah, you have some kind of clarity. Wow. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. So maybe somebody wants to reconcile with you, but they're saying this person's leaving your life or there's the end of a situation. So I don't know. We'll have to get more messages, collective. Yeah, you were not going to reap this karma, and I think it's because you didn't let yourself get scared or trapped into something. This could be somebody who's possessed kind of energy. And by the way, you probably shouldn't call people possessed because then their demons start acting funny, and they might go after you. So, yeah, there's something about being very shrewd or cunning, or this person was being quite cunning or was planning something. Yeah, it's giving like Pandora's box or like, I don't know. Yeah, it's not working. This person maybe wanted to make you do something against your will. Yeah, you were defending yourself. Disappointment in a friend or lover. So career in the reverse. This person could have impacted your career. Financial pinch, yeah. In the past position, okay. Anything else for the collective? It's like they were like overburdening you or something. Collective. They didn't want you to move into something. Yeah, but I think you're having peace and harmony, so you're healing. Yeah, your health is improving. Something about Christmas time could be relevant, or you could be a Sag or a Capricorn, or this could have been somebody involved in this situation. It's like you're resolving some problems from the past, or they have been resolved. Collective message. Someone new could be entering your life. This could be another December person. Why do I want to say based person? Like, so maybe there's something about this person's home base or something like that. Yeah, these could be people that. Oh yeah, this could be people that are wealthier, kinder, sweeter, better for you, or just lead to a sense of increased or higher fulfillment of potential. This could be like a long road. You could be noticing beetles or signs or something like that. Yeah, someone was trying to get between you and this situation or person or something. Yeah, they don't want you to reconcile with somebody specifically here. This could be somebody who's working behind your back. July could be somebody with Cancer placements. They were not very kind. I feel like this person was trying to throw you under the bus. Yeah, I'm literally seeing the Mean Girls movie where she gets like hit by the bus at the end or something. So maybe this person was like a mean girl energy. Even if it was a masculine, it's just the energy, it's just the soul, it's just the. And they usually say like men are obviously women in past lives, women are men in past lives. We switch roles when we reincarnate. So, because I've heard like people like do past life regressions and like, yeah. Anyways, collective. Sorry, this is a late night, right? Honor and respect will come to you. Successful outcome. So if you are worried about money, it looks like it is going to be getting better. It might just take your willingness to walk into something new. You're highly thought of in regards to your work, achievement, or successes. You have protection from a powerful friend. This could be somebody who's going to help you resolve issues. Yeah, there's new opportunities and paths opening up. You could be highly thought of. So these could be new friends coming in to protect you, and that's why they didn't want you to reconcile with something in the past. I don't think they wanted you to invest in something in the past. There's something about Frank Sinatra's or his son or what's her name? It's like these boots are made for walking. That's what I heard, and that's just what they'll do. So, yeah, you had to walk away from something. There could be a future vacation coming up. There's some kind of warning here, maybe about a man that has lighter features as well. Especially if this person hasn't changed, I would be careful. Somebody's like crying you a river. This could be that person that went against your back. Something here about a journey in the future. Oh, shit. But be careful that someone's not two-faced. But I think if they are, you'll be able to see it. Yeah, because I think you'll be smart enough to spot it. So, weird energy. This could be happening by the next Aries full moon. Collective. This could be a man. Yeah, you're gonna succeed against whatever forces are working against you. It's not gonna work. Career. Interesting. Slowly but surely getting ahead. Great worry over nothing. Sun, happiness and well-being. Coming out of dissatisfaction. Okay. Collective. You're not in self-delusion or denial. You're using your intuition. You're not reconciling with something. Climbing towards success. Anything else? Last message. August. Yeah, this is somebody from August. There could be a Leo that you're seeing clearly here now, or you're seeing with your soul. So you're able to make better decisions. And this purification has helped. Seek out information that will help you. Intriguing. Okay. Let's get a diamond. We haven't used these in a while. All right, for this late night collective reading. Siren in the reverse. So you're not being lured in by something. somebody's beautiful song, or, ow, son of a gun, the shaman in the future. Can we get one last one? Nope, we're going to get 2. Be careful who you work with from the past. Yeah, I see it going your own way. Interesting. We're going to read the shaman. Something about avocados or like tacos. Or like Mexico. 16 could be a relevant number. Taurus. Gemini, Sagittarius. The Magi, the sorcerer, the medicine woman. 3 archetypal ingredients constitute the shaman, and all must be present in order to reveal its magic. So yin and yang can be relevant, or maybe Asian beliefs. First, the shaman is activated by long-standing diligent study, the mentor. Second, its orientation is generously and accurately aimed towards the healing of the self, the other, and the culture, the healer. And third, the shaman has a knack for finding doorways to the other world, allowing psychic visions and old magic to leak into this world, the unseen. In this way, the shaman is a master who bridges the everyday and the sacred, revealing potent power needed desperately in our time. Yet, where there is power, there is shadow. Yeah, that's really interesting because it's near this person they don't want you to reconcile with. So the shaman must be vigilant in studying their darkness. This card reminds us the force of healing is ultimately not our own. We must shape it and share it with the world. One light, fearless student and practitioner when dark, overpromises, blames, hurts self or others. Go deeper. Read Black Elk Speaks and Michael Tucker's Dreaming with Eyes Open. So you could be seeing somebody very clearly. Contrary to popular belief, the shaman archetype appears in every vocation. Teachers, directors, surgeons, and politicians and poets are just a few of the faces the shaman can wear. The shaman can't be rushed. Working with this archetype requires study and perseverance. Think of it like brining or marinating. That's interesting. So there's something about not rushing. This could be about transits and slow, like going with the flow, because there was something here about slow and steady winning the race. So this is about taking your time, because things could be something needs time. Or you could be working with time. The content must permeate every fiber of its being. So it's like finishing up or wrapping up like a huge lesson, like really letting it sink into your bones. I'm seeing somebody get like whipped like constantly, and it's like every whip you feel, it's like it goes deep, and I don't know. So maybe somebody's whipping you, or this is kind of whipping you into shape, or whipping you into like beating eggs, right? Like you got to get all that air in it or whatever. Okay, interesting. Let's get advice for the collective. Skulls could be relevant. We are in spooky season now as I'm filming this. Changing your perspective. That's interesting. Warning. And there's some kind of divine justice that's leading you to a solution. The only God. What does this say? Desire for knowledge. Protects against from liars, spells, bad spirits, and evil spells. So people who are doing black magic, you could be getting protection from. There's some kind of divine justice. Protects from liars, evil spells, and bad spirits. Wow, there could be new beginnings with the Page of Wands too here. Confounds the wicked and slanders, saves from enemies. Wow, propagation of light, the preventing God. So you could have prevented something, or they want you to prevent taking the wrong. Maybe that's what this is the warning message, especially since the moon is squaring off with Chiron tonight. Moon in Capricorn, Chiron, and Aries, I believe, retrograde. Intriguing. And we see that torch, and we saw the torch earlier. Something that burned away, this deception, it led you into the future and the present moment, actually, was the torch. Yeah, somebody was juggling here, or you could have been juggling people, or fulfills any requests. So this could be about deciding what you want. It's like whatever you want to create. What are your dreams? What are divine inspiration? You could get like divine downloads, that help you heal and move slowly but surely with the Knight of Pentacles towards some kind of fulfillment. Yeah, coming out of denial. Interesting. The Star and healing, which we saw in the future position, like right under all these cards. Wow, coming out of that instability. Let's go ahead and pull someone could have been mirroring you. Gemini energy here. Collective, last messages, please. I'm hearing a bubble, popping a bubble or something like, wow. It's kind of like a wound. It's like when you have I hear it's a cyst, or like I don't know, something like that, like fluid that was just building and then it finally kind of, I don't know, sorry to be gross, but it is spooky season, I don't know. Collective. Alrighty. Sleeping like a baby without them. I mean, heartbreak sideways. I mean, you're coming out of heartbreak, basically. Stay alert, practical, and analytical. So stay sharp. Mad because you love yourself. Yeah, and this is helping you see very clearly. Trying to pull you into an unfair dynamic. So this could be what you're being warned about. Greater enlightenment. Wow, what a place to end. So this is a great reading. Thank you so much for being here. Please hit. Oh, we have one last message. They were the one you needed to be protected from. God damn. Okay, thank you so much for being here. Please hit like, subscribe. I truly appreciate all you guys. I hope you guys are well and protected and enjoying October. And take care.